So I was asked for tomato soup the other day, and I was curious about what the store brand had in it. I said, sure, I can make tomato soup, that's not a problem. But curiosity, of course, got me. And I'm not gonna reveal what this brand is, I'm sure you can tell just by the label of it, but I'm gonna cover it up anyway. First ingredient, tomato puree. No big deal. Second ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. Third ingredient, wheat flour. And I'm done. I'm surprised this can didn't burst into flames when I walked through my door, when I came through my door. So needless to say, we don't have store-bought soups in our house, especially when it's so easy to make a tomato soup. So I just want to show you what I made this week for a cream tomato soup with basil. So minimum of 5 ingredients. I did throw some seasonings in it as well, just a little bit of pepper, salt, and a little bit of garlic. Those are optional, depending on what your salt sodium intake can be for a day and if you like garlic or not. So very, very simple. I had a big stock pot, and it made, what did I make? Like, I think it was 10 servings. So you don't obviously have to make that big of a portion, but that's what I did earlier in the week, and I just want to show you. So I used just diced tomatoes. I had 3 cans of this, tomato paste, 3 cans of that, 3 cans of coconut milk. Now with these 3 ingredients alone, you have to be careful because even with just simple ingredients that say what it is on the can, like the front of it, sure it's just coconut milk, sure it's just tomatoes. Well actually, you still have to turn the can around and read the ingredients because unfortunately, when I picked up a few of these ingredients the other day and looked at them at the store, they had added 3 to 6 ingredients. Obviously, in my opinion, they don't need to be there. So just be careful when you still make a homemade meal that you still read the back of your ingredients, especially if you're not gonna use fresh tomatoes. These are what I had in my cupboard, so this is why I made the soup that I made, because this is what I had on hand. But these are just organic tomatoes, that's all that's in this one. This has tomatoes and sea salt and citric acid. This one just has coconut water and then ingredient to kind of hold it together. So minimal ingredients compared to what the store-bought items are that are already made. Just added some vegetable stock to it, and then basil. And then, like I said earlier, garlic, black pepper, and if you want a little salt, you can add a little salt to it, but depending on how much salt's already in your ingredients, you might not need any. It's up to you, depends on your preference. So then the other things that you can have with your soup, I put chicken in mine. For some of them, I had made chicken breast and I just tore it up and put that in the soup. And then I had made also taco salads. So I had reserved some of the taco meat and I put that in some of the other ones. So to kind of keep the base the same, but to mix it up as well. And then you can do a couple other things to keep it interesting. Throw some greens in there. If you are somebody who doesn't eat enough greens naturally, then you could throw some powdered greens in, and you're really only gonna taste your soup. You're not gonna really taste the greens that much. So, great way to add greens into your food if you're not getting enough already. And then to accompany the soup. So, back in the day before we knew white flour wasn't the best thing for us, you know, I would throw a bunch of crackers in the soup. However, now that I learned my lesson, this is one item that I really, really like. These are called Enlightened. They're roasted broad bean crisps. And they come in a variety of flavors. I just currently have the garlic and onion and sriracha. So they're crunchy, so they give you that texture that you might be missing when you have the traditional cracker. But these are something that I keep on hand. 1 just for a snack, 2 to throw on salads, and 3 for soups. So, like I said, they're great by themselves too, if you just need a little snack. Very potent in their flavor, just so you know. So when it says garlic and onion, there's a lot of garlic and onion, just so you know. And then that last thing is, you don't necessarily have to give up bread if you're trying to do gluten-free. This is one brand that I've tried before, and I really actually like it. It's a gluten-free honey cornbread, but instead of using their recommendation of 1 cup of like cow's milk, I use almond milk. And then for their 3rd cup of vegetable oil, I use coconut oil. And then just 1 egg, that's all that goes into this thing. And then I have my bread. So I don't eat it all the time, obviously, but you know, sometimes you just want that heartier bowl of soup. You want a hearty kind of bread to go with it. And this is what I go for when I want something that's a bread substance with my soup. So hopefully this helps. Like I said, with the, I know for us here in Illinois, we have some snow coming our way. So having some nice warm soup and some bread and then snuggle by the fire, open a book. I'm set for the weekend. Hope everybody has a great weekend.